yelps.
When you go to your house in the old days, in the 80s, they had a measure, like you said, of volume, sound, and you would what? You would crank it all the way, right?
Okay,
so the whole volume of this book was given to
Let me get a
Israel.
scripture before you ask a question. This is Malachi 3:6. Yeah. For I am the Lord, I change not.
The Lord don't change. That which is said and done shall be done.
Yesterday, today.
He's going to save his people from their sins. He hath not dealt so with any other heathen nation. Okay? That's what you are. We ready. As for the other people who come from Adam, these kooks, okay, so-called white man, which is Esau, and you so-called Iranians or Persians. He's not dealing with
Which
that.
are Elamites.
Last question.
Which are Elam.
Elam.
The strongest point I've heard you say.
You're going into slavery, dude. Just get ready for slavery.
Alright, so you guys say that Jesus, the New Testament, they were only talking exclusively to the Jews who were now Gentiles. But those Gentiles, 100%, you guys know that those Gentiles that Jesus was reaching out to were only Jews in some
The Lord himself said, I came not but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's it. Why would the Lord say that? I came not but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Look, you can try and come at any angle you want to. There's a brick wall in front of you, bro. I'm telling you, these scriptures, all throughout the scriptures, all they talk about is Israel. Alright? That's why Paul would say, I'm going to the saints which are at Rome, to the saints at Ephesus, to the saints, to the saints. The saints are talking about Israel. He's not saying all nations. He's not saying everybody. He's saying, I'm going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. You got something?
Yeah, this is Acts chapter 10, okay, verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that the Most High is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. The word which the Most High sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Yahushua and Mashiach, he is Lord of all.
Where is that again?
This is Acts 10. It says that word I say, ye know, which was published throughout all Judea, and began from Galilee after the baptism which John preached. Okay, because you said, oh, he went to go preach to, the Lord went to go preach to Israel. That's where it is. First, I'm gonna jump down.
Paul, like I said, he went to go to the saints that were in Rome, the saints that were in Ephesus, the saints in Colossus.
He was what? He was an apostle over the Gentiles, man. He was a minister of the Gentiles. He was to preach to the Israelite foreigners.
So that group where Paul was saying, you guys have the unknown God, that was the Jews thing.
Those are Israelites. Didn't we read that our people were given unto idols? What was it? It was a big statue made to worship a deity, which is what? An idol.
Alright, so either I'm missing something.
You're missing everything because it's not for you.
Or you guys are like exclusively.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be.
This is an exclusive thing. It's exclusive for Israel.
So you said Acts 10.
You're going into slavery. Look, your people put these people into slavery. So wait a minute. The Lord, right? He's God of judgment. He's God of wrath.
But he only visits the iniquity of the father's father for like 3 generations.
That's what you are.
That's what you want.
That's only 3 generations.
You're of your bro. You are your father. Reincarnation is in the Bible.
Oh man, where, bro? That
Look,
is not biblical.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you gotta be careful what you say, man, because you're about to get proven wrong through the Bible.
And you know what it says about all the liars shall have their place.
Hey, shalom,
like a fire that burneth the fire of brimstone.
Show me that.
Oh yeah, God, you gotta take the glasses off, bro.
Oh yeah, take that shit off. Looking funky as hell. What's it?
You know, this is before you skedaddle. This is Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and all nations touch the apple of the Lord's eye.
So that's your reincarnation.
This has to do with it. I'm going to read that after, okay?
We'll get it. We'll go. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So every nation had a hand in the captivity of these people. We can read that too, if you want to be, if you're missing a few pieces, parts. Okay? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Now it tells you in Psalms that all the other nations were in league. Because read the Old Testament. You've read the Old Testament, right? All the other nations were constantly at war with who? Who were all the other nations constantly at war with? No, these people. They were constantly at war with these people. When Israel was being set up, all the other nations was attacking Israel, and the Lord would give them over to them a lot of the times. And they would take them into slavery. They would kill them. They would destroy their lands. Now, you don't think that these other nations, Israel went into punishments for all the wrong that they did, turning unto idols, doing wickedness. The Lord put them into slavery. The Lord killed them with the sword. The Lord destroyed their lands. The Lord took them away from their lands. What the fuck do you think is going to happen to the other nations that did it to him? If he put his own people who he loves into slavery and killed them and destroyed their land? What the fuck do you think he's going to do to your people? Oh, you're just an idiot, man. That's all you are. You're just an idiot. You're a heathen. The spirit of hatred. Hey, Jay, we have the spirit of hatred.
Oh, wait, I had that. That was Malachi 1.
Oh, yeah, Malachi. Hey, the Lord hates.
Yeah, Malachi. Oh,
I'm already in Malachi. Look.
It's the Old Testament.
It's the Old. Oh, he's in the New Testament, too.
I know, that's what I was going to say.
Get it in the New Testament. I'll get it in the Old Testament.
No, but you guys gotta show me the reincarnation.
We'll get that after this.
Yeah, we'll get it. Hey, the spirit. Hey, the
It's
spirit.
like the wind.
Like the wind, man. It flows. You gotta just be quiet.
Watch out what spirit there is, though.
No, you gotta watch out, man. You in the demonic spirit, man.
Yeah. You believe that the most wicked nation on earth is the North Koreans.
I'm feeling really love for you guys. The whole time you guys trying to...
Hey, even Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Hey, this is
Hey, I'm coming with love, and I just feel hatred for you guys.
Look, what is love?
God.
No, the love is following the
God,
laws.
you
That's
say
correct.
God's not love, bro?
The fulfillment of the law is love. Okay?
God,
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot.
Is that, hey, Malachi 1 and
Malachi 1 and 4
4.
or 3.
It's alive.
It's the first couple verses.
Oh no, I think it's Malachi 4 and 1.
Oh, there you go, Slock. You got
You got mixed up.
God. Jake, man.
Jake, too many scriptures. Too many scriptures.
What you putting in, Kaya Pepper?
That's how you. It's but.
This Malachi
It has
4 and
fire
1.
pepper.
For behold,
Yeah.
We just started with Malachi. You sure? I'm gonna get this in the...
yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Actually,
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, which Jacob is who? Israel. But Esau have I hated.
that was Malachi 1 and 2.
So the Lord hates, that's the New Testament. Okay, have you ever read the story of Jacob and Esau? Jacob and Esau were what?
He stole his birthright, played him.
He didn't steal his birthright.
Or no,
If
he
you
sold it,
remember,
he sold it.
there you go. That's a good boy.
He didn't really even sell it because he never had it. Because if you read, it tells you that before they were even born,
Well, it tells you right here again.
before they were even born, the Lord chose these people to be rulers over. So it was never his to sell in the first place. You don't own anything, man. The Lord controls everything that you do. You got no say in it. You don't control your own destiny. You got nothing, man.
This is Romans 9 and 9. For this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand.
According to election. So the Lord has a what? An elected people to inherit salvation.
Chosen.
To inherit the kingdom of heaven. A chosen people.
Not of works, but of him that calleth.
Not of works. So it don't matter how much you pray. It don't matter how much you say you believe in Jesus.
Or repent.
It don't matter how much you say you love us.
Bro, you're going
It don't matter how much you do this.
This is the word. How can we go against it?
He wants us to repent.
It's being
That's how
brought
you
out.
get into heaven. That's how you
You're another heathen. He's another heathen.
Thank you.
This
Heathens
you
just know
say-
everything nowadays. So.
You come to
it
Jesus
says,
Christ.
it
You
says
must get on your knees and repent.
No, you must.
Amen.
You must
Amen. Hey,
It
if you
says,
come before Jesus
and
Christ,
not only this,
salvation is
but when
yours.
Rebekah also had conceived by one,
Hey,
He will reclaim
even
the
by
earth
our father
when the
Isaac,
Jewish
for the children
claim
being
Him
not
as
yet
their
born,
Lord and Savior.
neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might
He
stand,
died for me.
not
He
of
forgives me for my
works,
sins.
but of him
Amen.
that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
it was said unto her, their mother, that the elder shall serve the young. So the Lord's down with slavery. The Lord's down with other nations having servants, dog. Didn't he say that when they had who got the blessing and said let thy
Ephraim and Manasseh, right?
no Jacob got the blessing and said I've made all your brethren his servants.
Oh, Khan, I'll get it.
Yeah. He says that in the Bible. It says that Jacob, which is the progenitor, the creator, the patriarch of the 12 tribes of Israel, his blessing was that all the other nations would serve him. They would be his slaves. So what does that mean?
I know you didn't take that out of the Bible, though. That's research.
Oh, watch.
That's not straight out of the Word. That's
Oh,
research.
this is all according to faith. Just like you believe in your garbage, this is what we believe in. You believe in the devil.
I don't have any hard feelings against
I'm
you.
gonna pray that the Lord destroys you horribly and slowly.
I pray that the Lord heals you in your mind, bro.
We're already healed. You're the one that's all jacked up, man.
And it ain't about
You got worms in your
God.
brain.
This is
Ain't about
Genesis
fighting.
27 and 28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine, which is going into blessing Jacob. Okay, we got the fatness of the earth. Oh, what does it say?
The fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven.
Yeah, the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, meaning we're going to own everything, man. We're going to own this planet. We own this planet. All right? And the best parts of it are going to be ours. It says, let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. So these heathens that just came up, they're going to have to bow down. To who? Us. To who? The Lord, man. Okay? Because Jacob, that spirit is in his sons, man. And yes, Jacob is actually a man. Okay? It says, let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Look, it just said it right there. Let people and nations bow down to you. Nations.
If somebody's bowing down to you, that means they're in full subjection of what you can do to them.
That's the most humbling thing you can do. Like what would it look like if I just went and got on my knees and put my head to the earth in front of somebody?
You're in their subjection.
Yeah, you a straight up slave.
He could slap you and say, get off my feet.
He can put his foot on your head and just look like fucking Captain Morgan with a bottle of wine in his hand.
You know? That's the truth. So when these nations actually bow down to us in the kingdom, we're going to have them in slavery, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay? They're all going into slavery. Every last one of these so-called white people, these fake Jews, they're going into slavery under the real Jews, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And to be more specific, the Jews is starting with Judah, the so-called Negroes, and Benjamin and Levi. Those would be the Jews. Okay, we were called Israel, the Northern Kingdom. The Latinos and Native American and the Seminole Indians. Okay? We're Israel. But in a sense, we're all Jews because we all come from the waters of Judah. Okay? So when somebody says, are you a Jew? You could really say, yeah. But in a sense of respect, some brothers just say, no, I'm not a Jew, but I'm an Israelite. You know? Because there is a distinction between the northern and the southern kingdom. Alright? In which that's why you got many camps with brothers with different tribes, man. Okay, you got brothers in LA that got a whole bunch of brothers. Brothers in Chicago. I believe Chicago is has to be the biggest camp. It's so big, it's split in a different part, different camps, or groups, if you will, of that same camp. And what do you got? You got a lot of so-called Latinos and Native Americans, man, and Seminole Indians, and standing right next to their brethren, the so-called dark-skinned tribes, man, the so-called black. You know, fuck that word black, okay? Because nobody's black, all right? Nobody on the earth, as dark as the so-called Ethiopian people are, them motherfuckers is black. They're so dark, they're purple, man. But even they're not black. You look at the bottom of their foot, it's a very dark brown. Okay, so that word black, we do not associate ourselves with that. Nor should any brother, you know, that's calls himself an Israelite. Because the Lord didn't give the land to the blacks. Okay? He gave that land to the children of Israel. I mean, why would you want to be black? You got a fucking heathen riding around with a dashiki sweater. Okay, even black heritage is being taken. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the real Israelites. Okay, we're one big family. That's why you got so-called Latinos that can walk with a so-called Negro and be best friends. Because we're the same people. Okay, we're actually brethren. By blood. Yes, by blood. It's not just a spiritual thing. Although this is really spiritual, all of it. But there's also things that relate to the physical, man. Such as physical characteristics. That's the way we know a certain brother off the bat's an Israelite. Okay? By seeing facial
recognition.
It's like facial recognition. Except us, we got spiritual.
We have spiritual recognition.
We could tell if you're an Israelite by the Spirit, because like we were telling Greaseball earlier with the damn heathen that it's about nations. You know? Now if it would have been a nigga that didn't have the Spirit up here teaching, you could say, oh well, nah, he could be a Jake. That wasn't no Jake, man. That was a heathen. Okay, that's why he couldn't agree. Okay, the Spirit, how does it go? The Spirit bear witness that we're the children of Israel. Sometimes you can do that off of physical appearance, but the Bible does mention there being tares, okay? Tares amongst the wheat. Which if you look at tares and wheat, you Google it, they both look alike. They look very similar. Growing up until harvest time. So you're gonna have Israelites that look like other nations, and vice versa. You're gonna have nations, heathens that look like Israelites. So you can't go straight off of physical appearance, okay? Because if you did that, you'd be trying to save Edomites, okay? For an example, Frederick Douglass. People will think that was a nigga. That's actually an Edomite. Because he saw during slavery, all right, no filming us, Cookie. All right? No filming us. Okay?
Got my own camera, thanks.
You know, so during slavery, during the transatlantic slavery, when they had us picking cotton fields and shit, or even time of the Aztec, so-called Aztec and Morican and those empires, Esau was trying to interbreed, or was interbreeding, mingling with our seed. he was having sex with the women. So when you go into Ephraim's blessing, it said, and the branches ran over the wall. Because during Columbus, you had the Ephraimite women, Taino, Arawak, Borican, so-called Indian woman, Ephraim being the so-called Puerto Ricans, okay?
And they got
Their daughters were jumping over El Castillo, which was a big castle-like fortress for Esau. They were jumping over our side to go in there to breed with Esau, man. That's why you got a lot of so-called Puerto Ricans like Daddy Yankee that are hella light-skinned. You can tell he's a nigga. You can tell he's a Jake. They still got fat noses, big lips, but they're hella light-skinned. Or some you wouldn't even tell was an Israelite, such as that sodomite Ricky Martin. He looked like a straight-up Spaniard, but he's an Ephraimite. He's a fucking Alto Ephraimite, man. You know? All that living the vida loca shit. That dude's straight up
living
sodomite.
a wicked life.
Yep, that's what he said. Vida loca. Crazy
Crazy
life.
life. He's living the wicked life.
Anything outside the truth is madness, man.
Madness.
Crazy life.
Abominations. This is Romans 11 and 1. Say then, hath the Most High cast away his people?
So the Most High done away with these people.
Yahweh forbid.
Meaning no. Okay, when something's forbidden, like the forbidden zone in Planet of the Apes, there was some place you were forbidden to go, meaning you didn't want to go, or you couldn't go. So meaning the Lord has not cast away his people. It said, according to election, man, if you choose something, you choose one toy out of the whole playhouse. A child. You were a child once. You choose one toy out of the whole playhouse, and it's the best one that suits you. It's your favorite. You're chosen. Hold on, yeah. You go in there, and you grab it, you're like, yeah, this is good. You walk out, you're not going to think about going back in. Because you're ready to go. Like, yeah, this is good. Just like you when you were growing up watching,
The Lord doesn't change. So if he chooses something, that's a fucking firm decision. Because what both sides chooses.
yeah, he's not like us. Okay?
He don't change his mind.
So,
It
he's
don't matter
firm.
what you stay with. Nope.
He's very firm. And what you got with Esau, you got what you call a law firm. That's the Most High, man. He's very firm. You break a law, this is a firm consequence.
Yeah, the firm law.
When he chose a people,
Strict law.
when he chose a people, it was firmly fit according to his mind, his spirit. Okay? And that chosen people was these people, man. They're the best, man. Okay? These fucking heathens want to be our people, man. How do we know that? You got Esau listening to rap music in his big mansions. His little white little Elamite daughters. Got a poster of Lil Wayne right by her bed. Who she want to be with? She want to be with one of these shrimpy Edomites? No, she want to be with Lil Wayne. You know? She want to be with Jay-Z. Everybody want to be with Jake or be Jake, man. Okay? You know that because they like our women. When you go into the Assyrian, when the Assyrians was messing with us during the time of Judith, okay? Holofernes was telling all his men, because before you go to war, okay, they have death to so-called white people, right?
That's homosexuals too.
Yeah, good. Before you go to war, in every army, you give what? A war speech. You build morale with your army. So Holofernes, the Assyrian, the damn heathen, he was building the morale of his army. He told them, look at the Israelite women. No other nation got fine women like these. So if we kill all the men, we can take all the women. Showing what? Our women were the best. And a woman, the Israelite woman comes out of a man, Israel. So we have to be the most handsome, most skillful men on earth. And during the time of when we were coming out of Egypt, all the nations heard of our fame, man, heard of our power. And they said, we're not fucking with those people, man. They heard about when we came through the 5 cities, man. and we killed all their kings, man. They were fucking giants, man. There's an anime about giant killers. What was it called? They were like flipping with swords, spinning and
Oh,
shit.
you talking about Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titans, yeah. You gotta think about it. That was Israel, how we were killing them fucking giants back then. Man. We wasn't just cutting them with the sword. We were chopping heads off, man. Cutting their legs off, they'd fall. Okay. We were fighting actually tall motherfuckers, man, like 15 foot. You know? So going back to that, everybody wants to be an Israelite. All these other nations. They try to make music like us, like that Bay Area rapper nigga, Haji.
Yeah, they'll put like a Jake beat on top of like a fucking Arab, that weird, that crazy shit they fucking listen to.
Like you familiar with remember that Bay Area hyphy movement?
Yeah.
They had that Elamite nigga Haji.
I don't remember him.
Well,
Haji Springer, the real terrorist rapper.
yeah, Haji Springer. He's a fucking Elamite, but he kicking with Jake. He wearing fucking a diamond encrusted grill. Got a fat ass chain like Jake rap, kicking with Jake. Fucking popping thistles. God, why? Because he want to be like Jake. You know? But there's Israelites scattered amongst them.
Now you're going into slavery. Just remember that.
Hey, and the heathen, when he passed by, what was he eating? A burrito. why don't you eat your own food?
Say,
You know? It's just a spirit, you know, it comes out and you just see it like, man. If that's how you know we are the Israelites. We fit these curses, man. Being the best since the beginning. You got some, bro?
oh no,
I got some. To back up what you said, anything outside of this truth is wicked. This is first Esdras 4:36. All the earth calleth upon the
Speak
truth.
louder.
All the earth calleth.
Shout that out.
All the earth
Speak
calleth
from-
upon the
speak from your
truth,
stomach.
and the heaven blesseth it. All the works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works. And there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness shall they all perish. Salakia. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore.
The truth is the strongest thing in the world, man. Because look, he compared the truth, all right, this doctrine, who we are, okay, compared it, all the prophecies, this whole role, to things that are strong. Okay, and that's another thing these heathen can't comprehend as well. Okay, because, yeah, wine is strong. Okay, wine in the sense of physical wine. People lose their life becoming alcoholics, you know. Women, people lose their lives over women. Alcohol and women are damn near comparable. Because the Bible equates a woman being as death, man. Okay? Those are powerful things. A woman can take guys away from the truth. It's happened. Okay? But what? Above all those things, the truth is the most powerful thing. You can't fight against the truth. Okay? Truth being like a key to every door, the master key, the skeleton key, master key's lock, to every door. If you have a key to unlock every door, what door can say you can't come in? That's the key. You know?
Man, I wish I knew that scripture that says like even the stars and the moon are not righteous.
They're not pure in the sight.
They're
I
not pure
believe
in
that's
sight. That's heavy.
Psalm 51.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be the same.
It's in Psalm. You know? Because although these things are strong, philosophies bug people out. Okay, but the truth is the strongest thing. That's why John 8 and 43, it says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. When our people hear this truth, a lot of them, they ignite, man. They get happy. the Spirit engendered them. You know,